Roads? Where we're going, we don't need roads. Hello everyone, and welcome to another episode of Zareth Prevails. Folks, we have a huge new change in here. I totally forgot to put up the thumbnail first, so you guys got to see a sneak peek of the new forum post. It's not like it's a sneak peek, really. You guys could have seen it for a couple hours now, but I will be putting out a bigger video on this probably in the morning, but I needed to get some of my initial thoughts out there because this is a hugely changing, it's a monumentally game shifting change that they have just announced. The developers have announced that we are changing arena currency, like all of those currency that we earn in arena, all the crystals and stuff, we're now going to earn in Grand Arena, which means arena is basically gone. It's now GAC. That's where we get half our crystals. And we're also, Fleet Arena is not going anywhere, apparently. We're still going to be doing that, but that means we're not going to be glued to our phones every 10 minutes, have to go make another attack. Don't, have to worry about someone taking or hitting us at the last minute. And it's going to be very interesting. There's some really good changes. There's some kind of negative changes, whatever. One thing I do want to point out, one of the more negative things that I hope that they are addressing, because this is going to be very important now that there is a huge crystal income associated with the GAC, is I hope that they are addressing cheating. Cheating has been a small issue previously, but it's not worth the risk of cheating if you're going to get small rewards. And now we're going to be getting huge rewards, and they haven't said anything about if they're going to be changing cheating. So that'll be interesting. Otherwise, I do think this is going to be a very positive change for several people, especially people who watch this channel. But there are also going to be there's going to be some people who are a little sad, I think. So let's go in and let's look here at the post. So one of the things that they talk about immediately is we're going to be using a ladder-based system. They're fixing matchmaking. I've gotten about 5 different people messaging me so far today about how ridiculous it is. CG couldn't possibly fix matchmaking. And of course they can't. They're so awful and blah blah blah. And I get the skepticism. I actually do. CG has been messing with all of us a lot lately. Honestly, even if I'm trying to get in good with them on some levels, like they're trying, where they let me in speed GAC and we got to interview Crumb and to do all this cool stuff, but there is still some issue that I've had. I'm not just going to stay quiet about it. Like some of the nerfs that they've done, I don't like. Some of the stuff decisions that they've made with conquests just feels awful. But at the same time, I think that this matchmaking is matchmaking that has a high possibility of succeeding. It's based on skill rating, guys. And remember, this is all just on initial read through. I've read it a couple times, but if I get this stuff wrong, we'll all figure it out. I think I'm accurate, though. I think this is accurate. So what's going to happen is we just go for win-loss. And if we win all of our matches, then we'll get a higher skill rating, and we'll get paired with people with a similar skill rating. And so gone are the days where, if you somehow have a really small account but keep winning, you could eventually be playing against the really big guys with huge crazy accounts, or the really skilled guys, or both, whatever. And it just depends on where you are in Grand Arena. The whole ladder thing is going to be based off of your as a function of your strength of your roster, how strong your roster is, and based off of how good you are at the game, at GAC specifically. So bigger accounts are going to be doing better, smaller accounts will do slightly worse, but the crystal income is actually pretty friendly for a lot of different accounts. Keep that in mind. We'll talk about that math in just a little bit. And I do just want to remind you guys in the middle here, if you've made it this far, please, if you wouldn't mind just hitting that thumbs up button, or leaving a comment in the comment section. We're trying to mount the algorithm, and your vote counts. I would really appreciate that. We're trying to get there. I can't do it without you, and really appreciate it, especially on the eve of such a crazy change. So That being said, let's jump back into this. So let's go. Like the skill, I do think that this skill rating is just going to be good. It's like a self-correcting thing. Like we're eventually like if I win enough, and like if certain things happen, I could potentially get paired with Arnold. Like instead of having to buy my way in to like being able to face all these Krakens, as long as I can keep winning matches, which who knows if I can, but if I can, then I'm going to be able to face like all these like huge accounts. Even if Arnold's account is way bigger than mine, I would still have a chance to face him, and wouldn't that be the most epic thing ever? So really like that. I really like that the crystal setup is actually going to be very interesting for my alt, because my alt is like you guys have seen me. I game the system with my alt. I get favorable matchups based off of relic levels and my matchup GP, and now I've been gaming the system for so long, the system is now changing and will now screw me. So that'll be fun. On my alt, you guys can see my account that's gone 321 and 8 up till now. You can see me just get pummeled down. We're going to race to get 50 losses. Now, it won't probably be that, but it's going to be very challenging now for my alt, because I'm going to start at a really high level and get pounded down. But at the same time, my alt will also, because I don't do arenas with my alt, I'm also going to be earning a huge amount of crystal income. I'm going to be earning like 400 crystals every arena, and that's including ships, but like my combined income for crystals right now on my alt is 110 crystals. So I'm going to be able to actually refresh Cantina sometimes. It's going to be amazing. And with all of the new gear that we're getting, all of the new rewards, we're going to be getting quite a bit. So there's going to be a pretty similar ranking thing. Like I think that it's looking like as long as you win, then you win. Like as long as you win the match, then you just win. Like it doesn't matter if you full clear or not. I think that your skill rating is just based off of win-loss, which that's why it's so cool that it's auto-correcting, or it's self-correcting in the sense that like the good players are going to keep winning and shove the other guys down, and then the good players are going to face each other. Like we're going to actually have a ladder system. So we don't have to worry about full clearing anymore. We can go full defense if we want. There are also this reward structure is really cool. We're going to be earning crystals every day, and then at the end of each round and everything. And one thing to keep in mind, folks, is because we don't have to climb in arena every day, we'll just have a lot more time to be able to do GAC. I mean, for me, I'm going to do GAC anyways, and this is actually a huge win for me anyways, just because my main account doesn't do arena every day. Like I just can't, but I do and participate in GAC every time. So for me, this is a pretty big win, just because I can combine the two and I don't have to worry about climbing, which is really nice. It's kind of sad because I did make a video just a couple days ago. I was going to release it soon on my arena climb, and that's going to be a relic. I might still release it just for lulz, though. We'll see. Okay, so then we can see, like, here's some of the other rewards that we're going to get. Like, we're going to get more Zetas, more Omegas if we win, or if we lose. Even if we lose 2 of our matches, we still get 1 Zeta. It's a very, very forgiving structure. I mean, not always. You're not getting as many crystals and stuff, so there is that. But otherwise, we're getting a ton of gear, like just this huge influx of gear. We're getting stun guns, we're getting droid collar salvage, we're getting all this cool stuff, and it's pretty cool. We're getting more credits, we're getting tokens and crystals, blah 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 blah. The thing to keep in mind, guys, so some of these charts at the start are just really confusing to look at, and what you want to look at, though, is this chart that I am scrolling up and down like a madman with, and this is the way that you can tell where your account is going to land and how much relative crystal income you can make. And so, for instance, my alt is going to land in either Kyber 5 or Kyber 4. Keep in mind, making Kyber is now a function of how big your roster is and how good you are and how engaged in GAC you are. So, like, a lot of the really big accounts are all going to be smashed into Kyber 1. A bunch of those people are going to be booted down to Kyber 2. My guess is, though, that eventually it's going to settle down. And if you get, let's see, so I have some math here that you guys love, I'm sure. So the idea is, okay, and this is, I know this is just a small segment, but a lot of people who with big accounts do watch this channel. So anyone with a GP in the Kyber 1 section, if you finish 4 and 8 during this next season, GAC season, you'll have made the same number of crystals in arena as if you had finished first place every single day in squad arena. And if you are in Kyber 2, if you go 6 and 6, that's 6 wins, 6 losses. The other one was 4 wins, 8 losses. Then you'll make the same amount. And so it's a pretty nice structure. If you can stay in Kyber 1 or 2, you are going to be making the same amount. Now, my alt is right here in Kyber 5, maybe Kyber 4, and if I do that, my crystal income is still going to be so bonkers, guys. I imagine I'll plummet into Erodium at some point, but we can make our triumphant return into Kyber, and even in Erodium, the average crystals is pretty nice. It's pretty cool. So, I don't know, guys. This looks really good. This looks nice. I'm gonna give you guys a better rundown later. What are my alts? What's my alt gonna do? My Prevail Man account is going to be in a very interesting place. My alt is going to have to be placing 11 squads on defense, which is crazy. I normally just only have to place like 7, I think. So I don't know what I'm gonna do. My alt is probably just screwed. We'll see. Days of top 10 might be over. I don't know how we're going to get top 10. There's a ton of questions still, and hopefully we answer some of them. We'll be doing a podcast later tonight. I'll release it I'll publish it as soon as we can, but we'll be doing it live on Twitch on the Gambit podcast. And then I'll of course, leave the, I'll publish it as soon as I can later tonight, so you guys can listen to more of our thoughts. Me and my buddy SoloBase15 talk about it. All of the links are in the video description if you're interested. So let me know what you guys think in the comments below. Would love to hear your thoughts. Tons and tons of stuff. I don't think this is a reason for gloom. Maybe it is, though. We can't know for sure. I'm very optimistic, though, and so I'm going to leave you here, guys. Thank you all so much for watching, and remember that in all things, Xerath prevails, and hopefully the game does as well. I'm optimistic. Let me know what you guys think, though. Goodbye.